My name is certainly Blakk Rasta. What else can I say? What else can I do? But to just say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I thank you. This is the segment known as the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shunemo. And this is where we speak truth to power. We are about to speak truth to power. Now, so many things are happening around Ghana and beyond. Now, I hear the health minister is saying that Ghana is ready for the coronavirus, should it come here. I pray that is true. And I also pray that Ghana is truly prepared. Now, it is only God who is driving Ghana. If any such epidemic drops into this country, I can assure you that we are doomed. We have lived with malaria for all these years. We still haven't been able to find a solution to malaria. It is rather our bodies that have adopted to the malaria parasite. That is why when white people come into this country and they make a mistake and catch this malaria, they die like flies. In fact, we have lived amongst these mosquitoes and they have dealt with us all this while, and our bodies have been able to adapt to the power of malaria. If coronavirus happens to come into this country, only God can save us. I pray it never comes here. In fact, when Ebola was here, remember we all were panicking that if Ebola happened to come into this country, in fact, the ravaging power of Ebola will be too much for this country. When I hear the security bosses saying that they are ready for Boko Haram, the health bosses saying they are ready for coronavirus, for Ebola and all those things, I just sit back and I'm like, who are they deceiving? You have porous borders all over the place. All the way from Togo through to the Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, we have all borders that are so porous. The other day we had elephants even came all the way from Burkina Faso into Ghana. And we did not know how they came in. If an animal as big as an elephant can enter into this country without us knowing, without our security personnel knowing how they came in, then I wonder how other people can come into this country and will be able to detect that. To God be the glory. Today I do not intend to talk too much about this virus and whatever. I just pray that the people will develop a better attitude. How many Ghanaians respect good hygiene? Today on my way into the studio, I saw about 4 people standing in broad daylight on the highway urinating. In fact, you go to South Africa, you don't see that. And South Africa is also Ghana, it's also Africa. But right here on our streets, in broad daylight, they don't even care. If children are around, women are around, you see men standing there, sometimes even women, urinating in public. Are you not inviting coronavirus into this country? Are you not inviting Ebola into this country? If you can urinate just anywhere on the streets, then I wonder what else you cannot do that will invite all these viruses in. Our attitude as a people is so dangerous and so bad. We don't seem to have any respect for ourselves. We don't seem to respect the environment. It looks like we forget that that is supposed to be our final resting places. A people without a good environment, or better still, a people who do not respect their environment, in fact, are not worthy to be called a people. The environment is everything. The water you get is from the environment. The food you eat is from the environment. The house you sleep in is within the environment. The fresh air you get is from the environment. You don't live in space. And you disrespect the environment so much so that it is not funny. Think about it, my brother, my sister, and let it work. I dash it away and I want to look at the next thing. Now, my brother, my sister, you all heard about the air busting. You heard about all those scandals. And you heard the president saying that the special pretender should go ahead and prosecute or go ahead and investigate the Airbus issue. It looks like we live in a comic country. It looks like we live in a country that is so much interested in comedy. But listen, let me tell you something. No matter how good you are at comedy, you can never please a very hungry crowd. If the audience is very hungry, no food to eat, no water to drink, all your jokes are going to fall on hard rock surfaces. Comedy is luxury. If you have no food to eat, if you have no water to drink, if you don't have good hospitals to go to, pregnant women are giving birth on the bare floors of the hospital. Common malaria is killing people in Ghana. In fact, according to research, malaria is the biggest killer in this country. My brother, my sister, common malaria has not been able to be subdued. Now you are inviting into the country coronavirus and Ebola and pretending that you are ready for this. You are not ready for the scourge of the mosquito. How could you be ready for that one that comes from the elephant? That's the proverb. Think about that. My brother, my sister, the president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, has told the special pretender to go out there and investigate and find out what exactly happened concerning or pertaining to the Airbus issue. What a joke. Now, this your special pretender that you put into power has not been able to prosecute a cockroach, let alone a mosquito. All these years that he has been in power, same special pretender is asked to go and investigate the Airbus issue. What a joke. The joke of the century. My brother, my sister, this is not laughable. This is not an issue to joke with. Now, in this country, politicians seem to be playing chess with the people. They are no longer interested in serving the people. They are more interested in trying to prove who is more corrupt than the other, or who is less corrupt than the other. We heard about the PDS. We heard about how many millions were waived off the tax of a relative by Nana Akufo-Addo. Family and friends. We've heard about how these old men in power are strangulating people around. Airbus issue was come. Not a single prosecution. Same special prosecutor, who I call the special pretender, is asked to go and deal with this issue. My brother, my sister, to God be the glory. It doesn't look like the people we voted into power are ready to make things happen. It looks like they want to keep pretending until their tenure of... It looks like they've signed a certain kind of agreement not to ever prosecute each other. It looks like they have formed a certain caucus. They formed a certain cabal. They formed a certain kind of organization of politicians. And as part of their rules, they should never prosecute each other. They would come and make all the noise, leave power, and nobody's prosecuted. When was the last time you heard in this country that a certain politician was prosecuted and ended up in jail? Yet corruption is geometrically increasing in this country. People are struggling to have a good living. The so-called free SHS has its own limitations. People are pulling out their awards and taking them to private schools. My brother, my sister, in this country, I can count on my fingers how many people patronize public services. When it's about public services, then you know that you're going for shoddy goods, inferior commodity. From our public schools all the way through the public hospitals, and anything that has public or government on it is nothing but obsolete, nothing but useless, nothing that is good enough to render a certain service. Every government institution is full of all men and women who grow backwards. Every year they are 30. You'll be lucky to find 35. For the past 20 years, they have been 35. Every year they are 35. They swear 100 affidavits. Every year, somebody has made a mistake about their age. And you see them languishing in their old age. They can do nothing in government institutions. No wonder your president is 75 years old. His special or his king of ministers, Osafo Mafu, is older than even the president. My brother, my sister, today, I am sad. Special pretender who I have lost total interest in, who a lot of Ghanaians do not regard anymore. Before this special pretender came into power, many of us were running around shouting Hosanna, because this was a man who was writing so many letters all over the place and pretending to breathe brimstone and fire on corruption, only for him to come and be looking for 100 air conditioners in his office before he could work. Only for him to come into power and be talking about a jacuzzi before he can work. Only for him to come into power and claiming that he doesn't have the luxury that he deserves to be able to work. What the heck? What the heck? You can fight corruption even under the mango. You can fight corruption under the neem or the baobab. This is the same special pretender. They've asked to investigate the Airbus issue. Well, my prayer is simple. I pray that he'll be able to use this as a face-saving event and do his best. To God be the glory. Now, President Rawlings. President Rawlings is saying that he has not commented on the Airbus issue. And he has not also commented on the ambulance issue. And it doesn't look like he has any intentions today or tomorrow to comment on these key, very important things. An advocate of anti-corruption, an advocate of probity and accountability, today is saying that one of the biggest controversies happening in this country, he hasn't commented, and it doesn't look like he's too much in a hurry to comment. Well, it is his right to decide whether to comment or not. But I thought, Mr. President, you would have immediately asked for investigations, at least. You would have encouraged the international world to provide us with more information. Because they are those who are alleging. They are those who know official 1. They are those who know intermediary 5, and so on and so forth. So if they know them, could they please offer us more information so that at least we will make our country a better country? But no. Mr. Ex-President says, I have not commented, and I am not too much in a hurry to comment. To God be the glory. Now, this country called Ghana is a very beautiful country. Year of return came. Many people were in this country. Now, all of them are gone. Everybody is gone. After the first week, when they tweeted about Ghana, the second week saw nothing going on. Some of them went all the way to the Gambia to get citizenship. Some went to Nigeria and some other places. My brother, my sister, we have said so much about this year of return. It looks like our leaders still need to be waking up from their dreams. The future is Africa. The future is Africa. And if the future is Africa, we need visionary leaders who can see beyond what is happening right now. We need leaders who have a digital thinking, not old analog-minded leaders who are messing up every now and then. To God be the glory. And dash away that. Finally, Kandapa. Hey, Mr. President, Ghana, have you soon forgotten about Kandapa? Your security couple, who a few weeks ago claimed that Ghana was ready for any terrorist attack. You never dare a terrorist. A few weeks back, the security network of this country boasted that, Charlie, we are ready for any terrorist attack. Master, what do you have? How many guns do you have? How many personnel do you have? When the whole security agencies are made up of men and women who could not find employment elsewhere, so therefore they are falling in default on these security things. Research shows that a big chunk of Ghanaian policemen and women are only policemen and women, all because they have no other job elsewhere. We all saw that on TV when a lot of them were being interviewed during the recruitment. These are the men who are supposed to fight Boko Haram. With no disrespect to people who intentionally wanted to be police and soldier. I know we have some of the best police and soldier in Ghana. I love and respect our security people. But there are a lot more who are just there to make the numbers. There are a lot more who have no business being in this security thing. My brother, my sister, I want to make it short. Security couple and his people say they are ready for any terrorist attack. America, with all its intelligentsia, could not stop Osama bin Laden bombing the Twin Towers. Allegedly. America, with its sophistication, cannot go out there and dare terrorists to come and attack America. Whatever preparations they are having, they have that in the cold. And when it does matter, they rise to the occasion. They don't go out to the gallery running their mouths and talking big. My brother, my sister, security couple and his people, they say they are ready for Boko Haram. As for me, I am not ready for no Boko Haram. I beg you, Boko Haram, I beg you, Al Qaeda, attack those security people who say they are ready for you. I and my family, we are not ready for you. We beg you, take it elsewhere to those who are ready. If Kandapa, your security boss, was truly ready, he will not be caught on camera modeling in his pajamas, wanting a hug to be put to sleep like a little baby. Mr. President has said nothing about it. Vice President is busily working Kanjori to arrest the Siri. Year of return has wobbled out and fizzled out. Now they are saying there's something called beyond the return. Hallelujah. Your security couple, who is supposed to be providing security for the people you are inviting into this country, for the people you want to return to this country, to protect the business people and their businesses in this country, was caught on camera modeling, was caught on camera dancing and fornicating and flirting. I have no problem with his flirtations. I have no problem with his adulterous, libidinous nature. But I have a problem with him, a security couple caught on the wrong side. And up till now, are you not shocked that the president has said nothing about it? Are you not shocked that the authorities have not disciplined a security couple who is insecure himself? Are we safe in this country? Are we safe? How do you expect to have a special prosecutor in these circumstances? You would only have a special pretender. To God be the glory. I thank you and I appreciate you. To God, nyamine sheni pao. Misi nyamine sheni na. Akenya sa Boko Haram for a million. Anka Al Qaeda for a million long time because you're Nikoto. Foko. What do you have? What security system do you have? When a lot of your police and soldier only got there in default. Some of them wanted to work in some office or maybe even teach somewhere. But they found themselves as policemen and policewomen, soldier men and soldier women, which they are not interested in. They are only there because they couldn't get a better job. That's what you want to use to fight people who intentionally want to be terrorists. People who were born terrorists. People who eat terrorism for breakfast, lunch, and supper. You bring in policemen in default, soldier men in default to come and fight hardened, born terrorists. What a joke. Mudiagro. God bless you, Ghana. I know that you're going to make it. But to the dirty politician out there, they claim to be fighting corruption, yet their middle name is corruption. Fire burn them. Fire burn them. These people are wicked. Posterity will judge you so harshly. To God be the glory. My name is Blakk Rasta, and of course, it's been the Black Pot, aka Kukushunum.